Today we're diving into some must-know travel hacks that will save you money. We're talking real tips here, the kind that can take a trip from a pipe dream to a reality. Plane tickets, accommodation, food, it all adds up. But it doesn't have to break the bank. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or planning your first trip, these tips are going to help you stretch your budget further. So, buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this travel hack party started. First up, let's talk flights. Booking flights can be a daunting task, but with a few tips and tricks, you can master it like a pro. We all know that feeling, watching those prices jump up and down like they're on a trampoline. It's frustrating and can make planning your trip stressful. But here's the thing, airlines use something called dynamic pricing. This means that prices are constantly changing based on demand, availability, and even the time of day. Basically, the closer you get to your travel date, the more expensive those tickets get. It's a strategy airlines use to maximize their profits. So, how do we beat the system? Simple: book in advance. The earlier you book, the better the chances of snagging those lower prices. Airlines release a certain number of seats at lower prices first. These are often the best deals you'll find. As those seats get booked up, the price goes up. It's a classic supply and demand scenario. It's like a game of musical chairs, but instead of chairs, it's cheap flights. The faster you act, the better your chances. Even setting a reminder to check prices a few months out can make a huge difference. There are apps and websites that can alert you when prices drop. Plus, booking in advance gives you more time to plan the rest of your trip. You can focus on finding the best accommodations, activities, and dining options without the last-minute rush. So remember, book early, stay alert, and travel smart. Alright, let's talk about a little secret weapon I like to call incognito mode. Airlines track what flights you're looking at and then jack up the prices, hoping you'll panic and just click buy already. But we're smarter than that, right? That's where incognito mode comes in. This magical little feature basically makes you invisible to those sneaky airline trackers. So next time you're on the hunt for cheap flights, open up a new incognito window and watch the savings roll in. And hey, if you really want to mess with the system, clear your cookies too. That'll really throw them off your scent. Off-peak is where it's at. Now let's talk about timing. Everyone wants to travel during the summer holidays or school breaks, right? The problem is, so does everyone else. And when demand is high, guess what happens to those prices? You got it, they skyrocket. But here's the thing, there's a secret world out there. A world where flights are cheaper, hotels have vacancies, and the lines are shorter. It's called the off-peak season, my friends. Think shoulder season, spring and fall. Not only will you save money, but you'll also avoid the crowds. Off-peak travel is where it's at. Pack light and travel far. Alright, let's talk about baggage fees. These fees can be a real pain, especially when you're trying to stick to a budget. Those sneaky little charges can really add up, especially if you're like me and tend to overpack. It's easy to get carried away and bring more than you need, but here's the thing, you don't need half the stuff you think you do. Most of the time, we pack for just-in-case scenarios that never happen. Packing light is all about being strategic. It's about making smart choices and prioritizing what you truly need. Choose versatile clothing items that you can mix and match. Think layers and neutral colors that can be worn in different combinations. Roll your clothes instead of folding them to save space. This method not only saves space but also helps prevent wrinkles. And for the love of all that is holy, leave that bulky hairdryer at home. Most hotels and accommodations provide one anyway. The less you pack, the less you have to lug around, which means more freedom to explore and less stress overall. Imagine navigating through crowded streets or hopping on and off public transport with ease. Plus, think of all the money you'll save on baggage fees. That extra cash can be spent on experiences, souvenirs, or even an extra night at your destination. So, pack light and travel far with a lighter heart and a fuller wallet. Public transportation is your new best friend. Alright, let's talk transportation. When you're in a new city, it's tempting to just hop in a cab or order an Uber everywhere you go. It's convenient, sure, but it can also be quite expensive, especially if you're traveling on a budget or staying for an extended period. But trust me, your wallet will thank you if you embrace the wonderful world of public transportation. Not only will you save a significant amount of money, but you'll also get a more authentic feel of the city. Not only is it significantly cheaper, but it's also a great way to experience the city like a local. You'll get to see the daily life of residents, and maybe even discover hidden gems that aren't in the guidebooks. Hop on a bus, ride the subway, or even rent a bike. Each mode of transportation offers a unique perspective of the city. You'll be amazed at what you see and the people you meet. From scenic views to interesting conversations with fellow passengers, public transportation can be a rich and rewarding experience. Now I know what you're thinking. Casey, public transportation can be confusing, and yes, it can be a bit daunting at first, especially if you're not used to it. But that's all part of the adventure, right? Navigating a new city's public transportation system can be a fun challenge. You'll learn to read maps, ask for directions, and maybe even pick up a few words in a new language. If you found these travel hacks helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel tips and tricks. We're talking about everything from finding cheap accommodation to scoring deals on food. Because let's face it, the more money you save, the more you can travel. So, get out there, explore the world, and don't let a tight budget hold you back. Safe travels, and we will see you in the next video.